Larry Holley joins us here at halftime. Thanks for coming over, Coach. I said I saw you over there talking, and I said it'll surprise nobody that you found someone to talk to over there. But I appreciate you coming in.
Well, thank you. And as I told you, you'll need to send somebody after me because, and I'm glad Rylan came and got me. So that was good.
Did you happen to notice she was so polite? She just stood there and stood there. She was not going to interrupt you. So I thought that was great. Hey, I wanted you to come in onto the women's game and talk a little bit, obviously, about your own program, but about life in the GLVC from your perspective, and talk a little bit about Jill as well, because I know you have a great relationship with her over the years. She's been at Jewel. I love your line, though, about the first 5 years. Tell us that story to begin with.
Well, she says that the first 5 years she was at Jewel that I never spoke to her. And my response is, those were the best 5 years of my life. I don't remember not speaking to her, but who knows? I think there's a little bit of truth both ways in that. But we've become very good friends. You know, when Ann passed away, she became a good friend, and we started playing some racquetball and visiting a lot. And she's just become one of my very best friends. And she's a terrific coach. Obviously, the last 9 years we were NAI, takes them to 7 national tournaments. So that speaks for itself, and obviously a great start tonight, 20-2. But she's an excellent coach, and you know, we have challenges in the GLVC. You know, it's a great league. It was put together for basketball. Dr. Bailey told us that after the first conference meeting, she came back and said, in this league, basketball is king and women's basketball is queen. And there's a great emphasis, I think, on every campus for the basketball programs. Not that the others aren't important, because they obviously are, but this league was put together for basketball when it originated with Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana schools, and now it's expanded to Wisconsin, Illinois, and Missouri. There's now more Missouri colleges in this league than any other, and we'll gain one more next year when Truman State comes in.
It seems to be contracting a little bit geographically.
It does a little bit. Obviously losing Northern Kentucky to Division I, losing Kentucky Wesleyan after this year to another D2 league, but then adding McKendree, which is close to St. Louis, and adding Truman State up in the northeastern part of the state of Missouri. So, you know, the travel is still, we'll still have some travel involved, but on the west side, 7 of the 8 schools will be from the state of Missouri, and then you put Quincy, which is right on the Mississippi River. So it's an exceptional league. On the men's side, 4 of the top 11 teams in the nation are from the GLVC. Nobody else has that many in the top 15.
I know you're okay with it because you have to be okay with it, so we won't get into that. But at this stage of your career, is this the kind of challenge you were kind of looking for?
Well, I mean, it is a challenge. It's a great league. The fun part for me is coming to places like this. This is my second trip here, and meeting new coaches and new challenges. I will tell you, I miss my buddies from the Heart of America.
I would imagine, yeah.
Miss a lot of my NAI guys, but getting acquainted with new programs, new coaches. The talent level is phenomenal, especially on the east side. But the west side's getting a lot better. Drury's awfully good this year. Umsel, who we defeated on Saturday, picked to win the league. Maryville, you know, they've a lot of people would say that's a surprise, but such a great coaching staff, and they play a different style, and that's the only time you face that style all year. It makes it difficult to prepare, but it's a great league. Is it a challenge? You bet it is. Going 9-17 last year, pretty humbling. We're young this year with only 2 seniors, so I'm not totally pleased to be 8-7, but certainly you know, pleased with where we are at this point in time.
I look at tonight's game as a huge game for you, and this weekend is a huge weekend. If we can come out of it with a couple of wins, we're right in the hunt for the Western Division Championship.
Well, you know, Illinois Springfield last year was an exceptional team. They had the best center in the league and beat us twice. Beat us at our place and out here. He's got a lot of new faces. They are very, very talented. They're only 4-11, but one of those wins was over Southern Indiana, the #1 team in our league right now. And anybody that beats Southern Indiana, I don't care if it's here or at Southern Indiana, wherever the game's played, you've got the capability of being a very good team. And I talked to the coach about it, and he talked about their preparation that week was great. And after they won the game, he said my guys felt like they knew all there was to know, and maybe they didn't have to prepare quite as well. I know he'll have them ready. As I mentioned to you earlier, one of the disadvantages for us this week is that both Coach Kress and we played, and Rockhurst and us played on Monday. Hasn't bothered the women at all. Hope it doesn't bother our guys. Illinois Springfield did not play on Monday, nor did Quincy. So that's a little bit of an advantage for them. But I think our guys will be ready. We took Tuesday off, had a good practice yesterday, and had a good walk around this morning. But this league is special, and it is a challenge every night.
Larry Holley joins us during the Hy-Vee halftime report. We've talked about your relationship with Jill Kress, but I think one of the places that really manifests itself is when you come out on the road. I don't know that I've ever heard of two coaches and two teams that get along so well in terms of being able to cooperate where we're going to eat and all the things we do, but those days between games have become kind of special too for both teams to get to know each other a little bit. Can you talk about that?
They are. We try to find something to do. Last year when we were in Louisville, we went to the Muhammad Ali Museum. Last year out here, we went to a movie together. We've gone bowling together. You know, it is a good relationship, and I can't speak for everybody else, but I hear war stories between men's and women's programs. Now, some of them have the budgets to travel separately, but I enjoy that. It causes us to leave a little bit earlier than we would normally leave. And it causes the women to stay a little bit longer. But, you know, our guys are supportive of the women's team. The women's team is certainly supportive of us, and it's been a very good relationship, you know, with Coach Kress and with me, and for us to travel together. And, you know, we only have one conference road game where we drive vans, and that's to Rockhurst. So all the others were road warriors together. And it's been good. We are very supportive of them, and they are certainly very supportive of us.
Coach, I don't mean to put you on the spot here at all, but I know people must ask you all the time, how much longer are you going to be in coaching? It's been, what, 40-some years now? And what's kind of the plan for you at this point?
Well, I was 7 years old when I started, and it has been
congratulations.
So it has been 45 years. And I think as long as my health is good, which it is, I think as long as I think I'm being productive, you know, these young guys, you know, keep me young. I look forward to practice every day. You know, their work ethic is good. You know, I don't know. I'm not going to put a year on it. We'll just see how I feel and how the program comes along. I know I don't want to finish without being competitive for a conference title in the GLVC, and that will be a challenge for us. But if we continue to get good people and that have good work ethics, you know, we'll see if we can develop to where we can compete against the Bellarmines and Southern Indianas and Indianapolis and all those teams are on the East. And no disrespect to anybody in the West. I mean, Drury's special. Elmsville's special. Maryville's doing a great job. Quincy, I mean, there's not any place you go that it's an easy win. But the East Side, you know, that's a Division I level over there. And you need to have some guys that can play at a higher level than D2, and that's what we're trying to get done.
Is it kind of like when we were playing in the GLVC, kind of like going to a national tournament at the NAI level? It seems to be that kind of competitive level.
Well, you know, again, our league was rated on the men's side the best in the nation last year. There were 4 teams in the top 10 most of the year. There's 4 in the top 11 right now. So, you know, it is tough, and then they start beating up on each other. The tough part is, quite honestly, Rick, I joked about this last year. You could have taken the top 5 teams in our league last year, put them in 5 different regions, and 4 of them might have gotten to the Final Four,
right.
Or all 5 of them would have gotten to the Final 8. But the sad part is that you have your conference, you have your postseason conference tournament, and then you may have to meet somebody from your league to go to the Final 8 because you know only one team's going to come out of your league into the Final 8 because of the way it's set up.
Yeah, and for people that don't know, Division II is geographically based to the postseason, not seeded when sending people to different regions and all that kind of stuff, so that does make a difference.
Yeah, the NAI tournament, you have 32 teams in one location, and if you've got teams that deserve to be there, now there are 64 teams that make the NCAA playoffs. You have 8 regions, 8 teams out of each region. There are 2 leagues in our region, the GLIAC and the GLVC. Last year on the men's side, 6 of the 8 were from our league. All 6 happened to be from the East. And, you know, and Bellarmine came out last year, got to the Final Four, came out the year before, won it all. But you could be the second best team in the nation and not get out of this area because the best team in the nation is also in this region. But that does make it very difficult. And it's the same for the MIAA. You know, I mean, there's great teams, Northwest Missouri and Central Missouri and Washburn. There's a lot of great teams in the, you know, in the Missouri-Kansas area too. There's, you know, our league was rated the best. That doesn't mean that there's that much difference between us and others, but it's tough wherever you go. NCAA, there's over 300 schools. NAI Division I, there's about 110. There's just more depth in the number of quality teams.
I'm sorry we're out of time. I'd like to continue this, and I know we will another time. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
Larry Holley has been our guest here on the Hy-Vee Halftime Report, and we're back with the second half of the women's game in a moment.